This is Venkatatnama, TGT Social Studies, working in Lakshmapuram, Kurnool district. How are you all? Hoping that everyone is happy and healthy. Right. See, come to the point. We are suffering a lot because of this COVID-19. We are unable to come to the school. Understand? If we come to school happily, we can enjoy with the lessons, classes and play. Am I correct or not? But it's a very bad condition, we are unable to come to school. But here, one thing we have to notice that nothing is impossible, proved by our Andhra Pradesh government through live classes. So for example, Saptagiri channel, DD8, is providing us a very excellent classes to you, live classes to you, to learn. And this is one more example which I am giving a video to you. And this is also one of the best example. Understand? With the videos, video classes, so you are learning something. Understand? So I am hoping that everyone have to utilize this golden opportunity to improve your learning, because education is very important, children. So that is why we have to skip all these problems and we have to focus on our education. Understand? Yes. Now come to the point. Today I am going to discuss a topic in the class, that is Europe, which is present in 7th class social studies. Europe. Okay children, what is Europe? Right. Europe is a continent. One of the continents. Second smallest continent. Understand? So here I will show where is actually Europe is present. And see here, everyone, look at the map. Here, Europe. Are you seeing this? This is the world map which is present on the globe, children. Of course, it's a flat surface. And Europe, are you able to see? Very good. This continent we are going to discuss in our class. See here. Much history background is there for Europe, children. Many developed countries are present in Europe. For example, France, Germany, Poland, Switzerland, Italy, etc. Many countries are present in Europe, all developed countries. And one more important thing is Industrial Revolution, which is very breakthrough to all the countries to develop economically. This was happened in England. That England is present in Europe, children. Are you seeing this? This island is England, where the Britishers came from to India. Where is India? So here it is, India, our India, Mother India. Okay, so from here to here, Britishers came to India and they ruled 200 years. Okay, now come to the point. Europe is our topic, and first, we have to know what are the features of Europe. See, are you seeing, children? The broad liner one is Europe. Are you seeing? This broad liner one is Europe continent. And these physical features we have to discuss in today's class. And physical features means what are present? Mountains are present, plateaus are present, plains are present, rivers also present, and those are called as physical features. Now, before that, what are the location of Europe? We have to see first. See, location means we have to know north, south, east and west. Now, look at the board, children, all of you focus more what I am explaining here exactly. This is Europe continent. From here to this edge is Europe. Are you seeing? This is Europe. This is Asia. And here Australia, Africa, South America, North America. And you can see all the continents here. Now our topic is Europe only. So that's why you have to focus more on Europe only. Now see, what is present in Europe? North. What is present in the north? North is present Arctic Ocean. What is present in the north? Arctic Ocean. And what is present in south? Mediterranean Sea. Mediterranean Sea. Southeast Mediterranean Sea. What is east present? East side is present Ural Mountains, which is dividing Europe from Asia, children. Ural Mountain. And here we have to observe that Europe and Asia is a one landmass, one big landmass. Here there is no division. See, if you observe, Europe and Africa, division is there. Europe and this is North America, this is South America. Division is there. But here there is no division. Europe and Asia is one landmass, but for identification marks they using the Ural Mountains as a border. And here Ural Mountains are dividing Europe and Asia. Did you get my point? Ural Mountains are dividing Europe and Asia. And here these mountains are not so high, children. Not so high, medium size of Ural Mountain. And this middle area which is present in Europe and Asia, this middle part is called as Eurasia. 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 Understand? Did you get my point? The landmass is single one. Europe and Asia, there is no division. But for the physical identification, Ural Mountains are dividing these two continents. Right. So Northeast Arctic Circle, Arctic Ocean, Southeast Mediterranean Sea, east side is Asia. Asia, okay. Ural Mountain we can take. What is present east side? Ural Mountain. And what is present west side? West side is Atlantic Ocean. West side, Atlantic Ocean. Are you seeing? Yes, these are the boundaries. West side, Atlantic Ocean. Right. So here, Mediterranean Sea, which is present in south side of Europe. If you take this, a small background of these children, a small history is there behind the Mediterranean Sea. Do you know this? Ancient period, the Europeans are thought that this ocean is middle of the world. Middle of the world. Who said this word? Europeans. How can they say that? So there is a story, children. So here, actual story is that 500 years back, they don't know, 500 years back, remember that, back, they don't know about North America, South America and even Australia. Even South Africa also they don't know. Right. They know only Europe, Asia and north part of Africa. These three continents only. Which one? Europe they know, Asia they know and Africa, north part of Africa they know. Only these three continents Europeans know. Then if you observe that and middle of these continents, three continents, Mediterranean Sea is in the middle. So that the people are thought that this sea is the middle of the world. So that is why the Mediterranean Sea got the name as middle of the world. Right. Now come to the point. What are the physical features of Europe, children? So come to the point. First, mountains. If you take mountains, children, more mountainous places are present in Europe. For example, see, are you observing? Here, these are Pyrenees mountains. Pyrenees, not Pyrenees. Not Pyrenees, children. Remember that. See, most probably people are pronouncing wrongly. This is Pyrenees mountains. These Pyrenees mountains are dividing Spain and France. Here France country is there, France. Here Spain is there, here Portugal is there. So later we can discuss this political divisions. So this is Spain, children. Here Pyrenees mountains are present. Second, here if you observe Alps mountains. Alps mountains, very important. Alps mountains are very, very important one. Next, these Alps mountains are present in many countries. It's spreaded in many countries. Second thing is Apennines, which are present in Italy. Italy, children. This is Italy. Horseshoe shape. This This one, are you observing this shoe shape? Here, this is Italy, country Italy. It is present in Europe. In Italy, mountains are present. What mountains? Apennines. Apennines mountains are present in Italy. Right. Next mountains. Here we have two seas, Black Sea and Caspian Sea. Two seas are there. This oval shape, this uneven shape, empty gap is Caspian Sea, and this one is Black Sea. Middle of these two seas, mountains are there, children. What mountains? Caucasus mountains are present. Caucasus mountains are present. And come to here, which are dividing Europe and Asia. Ural mountains are present here. Next, Norway and Sweden. Middle of these two countries, Scandinavian ranges are present. Scandinavian ranges are present. Next, come to England. Here and here. Pennine ranges are present. Pennine ranges are present. So Pennine ranges, Scandinavian ranges. Next, Apennines ranges, Alps mountains, Caucasus mountains, Ural mountains. Understand? All these mountains are very important. So Ural mountains are not so high. What are the high mountains here? Alps mountains are high. Understand? Next. So those are the mountains. And here we have to notice that mountain regions are mountains or ranges. Both are same. So these places are birthplaces of rivers. Here from Ural mountains, we can see a long river, children. Volga river, which is called Europe's biggest river. Volga and Dnieper, two rivers are there. Two rivers. Dnieper, D silent, children, here. Dnieper and Volga river. These two rivers are very big rivers in Europe. And one more very important river is Rhine river. Here it is, Rhine river. It is the longest river. Understand? How can we say that? So it is original Alps mountains and it is flowing from Alps mountains and finally it is joined with the Caspian Sea here. From here to here it is passing. See how many countries it is moving. It touching many countries, children. Many countries. Understand? So here Rhine river and Volga rivers are giving more multiple rivers. Okay, providing multiple rivers. All these multiple, nothing but tributaries. All these tributaries joining and make it mighty rivers. Mighty rivers. And these two rivers are useful for transportation, but local transportation only. It is not useful for international transportation. Remember that. So here many rivers are there. Volga river, Dnieper river are there. Rhine river is there. Many rivers. Not only these, children, multiple rivers are present in Europe. These rivers are providing waterways to Europeans. As here many mountains are there. So one of the best transportation for Europeans, that is waterways. And second thing is airways. See, we know that airways is very costly. Understand? People mostly depend on waterways only. Right. So those are mountains and rivers. And when come to the plateau region, very less plateau regions are present, children. Here, Spain, very small plateau is there. And France, small plateau is there. Even Germany, very small plateau is there. That's it. Maximum plain areas are present. Main plain areas is present in Europe. Okay, only these three areas contain small quantities of plateau region. That's it. Maximum more present plain regions. Right. So as this continent is very near to Arctic, it is present in Arctic Circle as well as Arctic Ocean. Because of this location, Arctic Ocean is, we know that 3/4, 364 days completely freeze-in state with a cool temperature, cool wind. Maximum these areas also covered with the snow. Very cool temperatures. Understand? Very cool temperature. And these plain areas also taking more snow as well as cool temperature. If this point is not there in your textbook, children, here if you observe very big plain grasslands we can see here. Big grasslands here which are called as steppes. Steppes. Okay. World extensively wheat production is going on in steppes, children, because the cool temperature is supporting more to this crop. Wheat is producing extensively here. These grasslands are called as steppes. Okay. In summer season, these snow will be melted and giving water and flowing many rivers, many rivers in Europe. Right. So plateau region is very less. Mountains are there. Mountains is finished. Second, plateaus are finished. Plain region is finished. And rivers also finished. What is left over, children, here to discuss? Yes. So to discuss what is present, climate. See, before going to climate, we have to discuss important thing, that is bay. Bay. Here, bay. Second thing is islands, peninsular, island, bay. Okay. One more thing is Gulf. Okay. These points we have to discuss. Right. So what is peninsular, children? Peninsular is nothing but a land which contains 3 sides of water. 1, 2, 3. 3 sides of water. Fourth side must be land. Okay. Which area is containing 3 sides of water, 1 side of land, called as peninsular. Example, India. Okay. One more example is Italy. We can see here. Italy. Okay. One more example, Norway. 3 sides water. 3 sides water. This is land. So Norway example, peninsular example is Norway, Italy, India. Okay. 3 sides of water, 1 side is land. Okay, called as a peninsula. Next, island. Island, a piece of land covered with the water in all the sides. Example, England. Okay, England. See, did you observe this? 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. 4 sides covered with water. One more example, here Sri Lanka, which is present down of India, you can see. Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka. So this also covered around the water, means 4 sides of water. Here 4 sides of water is there, and here also 4 sides of water is there. Here 4 sides of water. A piece of land covered all sides with water. Such areas are called as islands. Example, Sri Lanka and England. Of course, many islands are there. And one world biggest island, we can say that. What is the world biggest island? Greenland. Here it will be. Here it will be. Okay, Greenland. World biggest island is Greenland. So islands example, Sri Lanka, England and Greenland. Right. Next, bay. What is bay? Children, bay is nothing but it's a area which is wider of their mouth. Wider of their mouth. So the waterways which is wider than their mouth, when it's spreading outside, it will be open area. Did you observe this? So starting from here, and when it is flowing, it will be very wider. These areas are called as bays. And one more thing we can say this. Bay consists of very broad mouth. Understand? Starting from here, but when it is spreading out very widely, this is called as bay. And what is Gulf? Did you observe this? Actually, Europe is uneven surfaces. Europe consists of uneven surface or uneven shape. Okay, this uneven is providing Gulf areas. Gulf means very narrow area of the body. This water body having very narrow mouth. See, it's starting here, but where is the wider mouth? There is no wider. Very narrow one. These narrow areas are called as Gulf areas. Example, Baltic Sea. So this Baltic Sea is a pure water, children, not salt water. Sea, of course, but it is pure water. And this is the best example of Gulf. Right. And here Bay example, Bay of Bengal. Right, Bay of Bengal is example, and here for Gulf is Baltic Sea. And what is the uses of these Baltic bays and gulfs? Much more useful of these bays and gulfs. What are the uses? Bays and gulfs are useful for the water transportation. Okay, international transportation through waterways, we know that. So it facilitates good waterways for the ships, cruise liners, and many steamers and so on. And these are the best places where they anchored their ships. And many harbors also constructing these areas only, because bays and gulfs are very suitable areas to construct the harbors, because to stop the ships or steamers, the basement will be very lengthy and it should not touch the bed of the sea. So that is why these areas are suitable to construct the harbors. Right, children? So this is about a part of Europe, children. So in the next class, we are going to discuss climate, agriculture, and what is the sea route the Europeans find out for the transport, for the business or trading. Let us discuss all these points in the next video, children. And this is the part 1. Hope you enjoyed the class. Thank you.